This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. If you aren't expecting adult language, why even bother listening? Welcome, my friends, to the show Never Ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Ipico.
I'm Truman, and this is episode 502, Homeschooling.
Man, isn't it nice to... it was closer than it should have been, but isn't it nice to feel like there was not really a threat of losing this game?
Yeah. Again, it's the Reds at home. We have no shot of winning when we go up there, even if we were undefeated going to Gillette. But it felt, it felt good. It felt right.
Yep. All right, Red Bulls with a 1-0 victory at home, keeping them perfect on the year so far. And thoughts, do we have anything on Blue Sky or Instagram?
I do have a comment from Jeremiah on Blue Sky. He said, encouraging stuff. Mehmeti especially is a star in the making. That means he'll be gone next year. Had a good game and kept a quality number 10 and Gill largely quiet for a lot of the game. Happy with most of what I'm seeing, but I won't really believe, I think, until we see them take a lump and have to respond. Haven't seen that from them yet.
Yeah, well, that may not be this week either, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So as we used to do our likes and dislikes, Truman, you can go first. What did you like the most about this match?
What a goal. What a goal from three teenagers. That was set up so perfectly. I mean, I don't think you can actually train for that play. But Julian Hall with 3 goals in 2 games, unbelievable. Just seeing the kids out there, these first 2 games playing so well, it should be getting us a little excited.
Yeah. I love the fact that the goal was, again, the youngest combo of assist and goal scorer.
Yeah, with 3 people. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to feel. I feel like I can't pile on the. I gotta feel like I gotta go somewhere else. You know what? Let's go to defense because the Revs are not perfect. Yes, the Revs in our building don't always do well, but they still did a good job. The Revs were a much more offensive threat than Orlando was, and we held them at bay. And we needed to close out the game, and that's what matters in the end, right?
Yep.
Wish I had the clip. They don't ask how, they just ask how many. Now we have 2.
Yeah.
Right. Dislikes. My dislike is going to be the crowd, and I don't think it's entirely on the crowd. From what I was seeing online, some of the lots were shut down. Like especially the gravel lot next to the stadium, which, given the amount of snow over the last month, make complete sense. And apparently, the Red Bulls do not own any of those lots that are in front of the stadium. They only own the Audi lot that's behind the stadium. So they are basically hamstrung on whatever the town or whoever owns that decides to do. And then there's issues with the PATH train not coming in, and then I'm pretty sure they didn't do a good job of advertising the game on their end as well. And that's why we got a fairly lackluster crowd. Hopefully this week will be better. I think the weather's supposed to be better this weekend. And I imagine some of the snow has been melting slowly, so that should help parking as well. But yeah, it's just for the home opener, that's the crowd we get. And again, I'm not going to put that on the actual people. Put that on everybody else.
Yeah, I saw a comment, someone mentioning how there wasn't a police directing traffic out of the stadium after the game too. So it definitely seems like a bit of a clusterfuck going on over there. Unfortunately, I don't know what the solution is going to be, because now that they've built up around that stadium, where are all these people going to park? I don't know. When you were first going to games at Red Bull Arena, it was so easy to park across the bridge in the Ironbound part of Newark. You could always find a spot if you got there early. The last few times I've went there, and that's been a little while, like those spots really started closing up. So you're getting there earlier and earlier, or parking further and further away. Parking by the stadium is doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're in one of the garages, the lots, it's definitely getting tighter. I'm not sure what that solution is going to be. I don't know how easy public transportation is going to be for everybody, right? It's great if you're coming from the city and stuff, but if you're not, and a lot of people are driving in, I don't know where they're all going to go. And that will lead to an issue of people getting into that stadium on time and leaving on time. So that's going to be definitely a huge issue. I mean, which again, they've already seen it now. If this team keeps winning, playing well, could definitely be a bigger issue. But hey, if you want the fans to show up, do what they did on this weekend. Win these games, win at home. Winning brings fans all day, every day. Yeah, you might not pack the place every night, but I'm telling you, winning games and making it exciting young teams, people will come out for it. My dislike, honestly, is it's not even really the 1-0 win because, like we said, the Revs weren't most of a threat for most of the game. They did have a few chances in the second half. But you definitely want to get an extra goal there at home so that one goal that the other team scores is not the game decider. That does not end up the game being a draw. Again, we're nitpicking again, right? We're nitpicking two games in a row, which is fantastic. I hope I could do this all season. I hope we can just nitpick. But that's really the only other gripe. You really want to get another goal there, seal the game away, especially in the first half. Get the Revs playing on their back foot right then and there. But like you said, they weren't really a threat. Most of it, the Revs are going to suck. I think they're just going to be a bad team this year. But again, why complain? Red Bulls did what they had to do, winning at home, start the year. Let's just keep rolling with this.
Yep. All right. Any other afterthoughts in the game?
I mean, not a ton. Again, 1-0 game. There's not a lot to talk about. I think we kind of covered everything, saying that it was a very solid performance. It was a solid performance at home. First game of the year. Get that win. 2-0 to start the year. 2 wins to start the season. Fantastic. With a road win and your home win. What more can you ask for right now? Forsberg's looking great, moving the ball all over the place. The kids look fantastic. The defense was solid in 2 straight games, minus the last 10 seconds of the first game. We're not getting excited yet. Maybe we will have to this weekend.
I mean, realistically, all we can ask is that they keep winning, right? That's
right.
Really what it comes down to.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I have any other afterthoughts. Yeah. I only nitpicking about small shit is a very good sign.
It's a great problem to have.
It is. It really is. And at some point, if this were to continue, it's going to be really grasping at straws over nitpicking because of how well we'll feel.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Jeremiah did it. He did say it, though. This team is going to hit a roadblock at some point. It could be this weekend. It could be 2 weeks from now, right, where they're going to have to react to the other team scoring first.
Well, I can
where they're
see...
going to have to react at adversity. They're going to have to overcome it.
Looking at the schedule, just based off of last year's results, realistically, there may be a draw at one of these next 2 games, but realistically, there shouldn't be any real threats of a loss of Montreal and Toronto, and we'll get into Montreal in a minute. The first real test is either going to be in Charlotte in the March or when Cincy comes to town in April.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be one of those two. Because we got Montreal, Toronto, Charlotte, Cincy, Inter Miami, then Montreal. Like, if you look at that for the first, 8 games of the season, realistically, there's only 2 or 3 tough games in that stretch from a last year's perspective. Right, we're still early in the season. We don't know how some of these teams are going to shape up, but
right,
to have your first 8 games, okay, and then actually going to go to 10, EC and Cincy again, right? EC, I think, is going to be a little more of a threat, but we don't know how it will shake out before we get to them. Since he's going to be a tough team, so realistically, that's 3 games minimum, 3 to 4 games that you have to worry about in your first 10. That's not bad at all. That's a really good problem to have for a young team.
I really hope. I hope the promise here, and this team gets into the playoffs. Maybe they, like I think we talked about, like finishing in a 4th place in the Eastern Conference. That it's showing when you're bringing in a manager like Michael Bradley. That's the kind of guy you bring in, not some guy that was coaching in Europe who has no experience of working with MLS. It's just such a different league to deal with. And when you have the guy coming from Red Bull too, you know, already with the Red Bulls, knows a ton of these guys, and now coming up to MLS, this has got to be the formula, right? Because it's been a proven formula with other teams. Other teams having like these coaches that have tons of MLS experience, and those teams performing well. I hope they figured it out.
I mean, our most successful stretch was the 5 years between Mike Pecky and Jesse Marsh, which now Pecky didn't have any real head coaching experience before he came to us. Jesse Marsh had like 1 failed year in Montreal, but both those guys had been around the league for years before they were playing or started coaching us.
Yep, this league's a different world. It really is, and I think it'll still be that way when they switch schedules. It's just the way this league is. First of all, the rules, salary caps, the travel. There's so much to it, right? Probably more than any other large. I mean, it probably is. And besides any other large professional league, this is the most travel you'll deal with. Bundesliga, Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, League all.
Yeah, we may play
the travel that this country has to deal with.
Yeah, we may play less games, right? Because we don't have I'm going to use Premier League just because I know those numbers off the top of my head, right? Premier League is 38 league matches plus, however, at least 1 FA Cup and at least 1 Leagues Cup, depending on how far you go in those.
And then they're playing in Europa and every other Champions League and a million other leagues, and
so anybody that's not playing in Europe and all that stuff, right? That's a minimum of 40 games,
right?
And it's a lot. If you're Premier League, presumably you're going to go at least 2-3 rounds in those, at least 2 rounds in those 2 tournaments, right? That would make at least 42.
Yeah.
MLS is 34. Already playing less games, but the trade-off is Liverpool to London was 2 hours by train.
Mm-hmm.
That's only a portion of the going from New York to Seattle.
And here you could play in Minneapolis 1 week, and then you're in the heat of Miami the next.
Or, and this can happen, you play Sunday or Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, and you're flying between every single game.
Yeah.
It's not like those games are train rides away where you can, it's not as bad, but having to fly everywhere really. I mean, what was the goalkeeper we had? Frank Roast, I think.
Yeah.
He hurt himself on the fucking plane.
Yep.
Because he wasn't used to traveling so much by plane for games.
Yeah, it's just a different league, and Michael Bradley's dealt with it as a player and as a coach.
Yeah. But Michael Bradley also has European experience, so he can talk to those guys that are going to transition from Europe or basically non-U.S. Leagues to a U.S. league. He has that ability to translate, hey, this is how it worked here, but you're going to have to adapt this way.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else for this game?
Nah, we're good.
Okay. Prediction standings, both tied at 1. We both said 2-0 win, which obviously only the win counts, but there you go, 1 point each. Red Bull's next game is this Sunday, March 8th, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Montreal comes into the game with the record this year of 0-0-2. 0 points, a -8 goal difference, 15th in the Eastern Conference. I got to look up their games because I forgot to write this down. Let's see. Their 2 matches so far this year. A 5-0 loss at San Diego, in which they got a red card. And a 3-0 loss at Chicago, in which Chicago got a red card. And Chicago played with that red card since the 56th minute, scored 2 goals after the 90th minute. That's bad. 2025, not much better for Montreal. 6, 10, and 18, 28 points. Minus 26 goal difference on the year. 13th in the Eastern Conference. Home to home with, or head to head with the Red Bulls. At home for the Red Bulls, a 1-0 win. On the road in Montreal was a 2-0 win. So we swept them last year. Predictions for this one, though. Truman, you're up first. What do you think will happen on Sunday against Montreal?
It's obviously still feeling positive about this team, playing at home, confidence, youth, Forsberg, defense playing well. Montreal's bad, like we're saying. We're playing back-to-back, which should be two bad teams. Can they keep them from scoring another 90 minutes? That's going to be tough when you're only... I don't know. I mean, Montreal does stink, but can they score? Can the Red Bulls score 2? Yeah. Can they score 3? I don't know. I think it's going to be another. I think it's going to be like a 2-1 win. I think it's like another 2-0 for most of the game. Maybe get a goal in the last 10 minutes, and they have to hold on. But that's what you want to do. You want to get that 2-goal lead, and so you give up a goal with 10 minutes left, and then you're only hanging on for another 10 minutes or so. We're gonna keep the confidence high here until they prove us wrong, and then we can just get mad.
I think I need to pull out one of our consistent Montreal predictions.
7-0? Oh no, 7.
No.
No, I'm sorry. 4-1.
Yes.
4-1. The Thierry Henry.
Yeah, the reverse Henry.
All right, the reverse Henry. All right, I like it. I like the confidence.
Montreal's averaging 4 goals against per game, so why not keep that average going?
Okay.
And then late goal for Montreal just to break out of that scoreless streak. But yeah, and honestly, this is just me being a little crazy because it's the beginning of the year. I can get away with it.
Yep, I love it.
The reverse Henry, the 4-1 win.
Yeah.
So I guess technically when we play Montreal, we can call it the Thierry Henry, right? Because it would be 1-4.
Correct.
Would be the real way to read that score.
Yes.
So we'll see in a few weeks if that ends up being the case. Do you think it's really weird, by the way, that we're going to play Montreal twice in March and April and be done with them for the rest of the year?
But dude, look at the
Same
NFL.
with Cincinnati.
Look at the NFL. Like the Giants played the Eagles 1 week, and then 2 weeks later they're playing them again, and that's it. Like I don't know why these leagues do it this way. It's fucking weird. But they all do it. All the leagues do it, except for like MLB. You'll see that with like the NHL, where the Devils will play like the Islanders 3 times in the first like month, and then they're done. I'm like, what the fuck's going on with the schedule?
See, NFL I can kind of understand because you only have 18 total weeks to play. There's 34 match days. You can spread it out a little more.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
We're going to be done with Cincinnati, Montreal. Cincinnati, Montreal. We're going to be done with them by the end of April. Both teams.
It's weird.
Yeah. We'll be done with Charlotte and Orlando at the beginning of August. We literally play Nashville for the first time, and Nashville's in our conference. We play Nashville before we're done with 4 other teams in this conference. So fucking weird.
Well, again, I'm going to bring up hockey, right? So I just looked this up. Devils schedule in March. They play the Rangers 1, 2, 3 times. It's March. The season's like closing in at the end. So what, they played them once? So have they played them at all this season, or are they only playing them 3 times this year? So 3 games this month. Sports, man, it's weird.
So 3 regular season games. They're all in March.
Yeah.
That really makes no sense.
It makes 0 sense.
We'll talk about weird schedules when we get to the dumping ground. Red Bulls 2, they won their season opener to defend their MLS title, or MLS Next Pro title. A 4-2 win over Columbus Crew 2. So they have 3 points, a +2 goal difference, third in the Eastern Conference. Their next match is at home against Inter Miami 2 on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Gotham FC is still waiting on their season opener, which is next weekend, so we'll go past them for now. But with that, it is time for the first time this year an F1 update.
And box now, box now, box for hard. Stay out.
Fuck! What I'm doing?
Tire.
How excited are we? Just so everyone knows who's listening to this show that I'm watching practice number 1. I don't watch a lot of the practices because it's practice, but with a brand new car, brand new team,
Brand new TV provider.
yeah, everything is brand new. It's like you said, it's on Apple TV. You have the technically new Audi team, right? You have them out there. There's so much going on.
The new Cadillac team.
Yeah, the Cadillac team. So there's 22 cars now instead of 20. They already said it's the first time, I think, in 11 years that they've had 22 drivers. The new cars, everything, the new rules, the new engines, the design, no more DRS. There's just so much going on. The cars look awesome. They look like they're driving fast.
Maybe not Aston Martins, but
Yeah, but I know very little about the technical side of Formula One racing, right? I really do. But I have a feeling with these new cars, all the cars with so Red Bull, right? They're with Ford now. So they're not with Honda. They're with Ford. Yep. They were just showing what teams go with what engines. So they're the only one with Ford, them and RB, Cash App, Visa, whatever they're still called, Racing Bulls. But I think it may be a little bit more open this year for the championship. That's what I'm hoping. I'm sure that's what everybody's hoping is going to happen. And I'm going to make a crazy prediction. I think with all cars a little bit more equal, I think Max Verstappen wins the championship this year. Because you can't tell me he is not the best driver in Formula One, because he is the best driver in Formula One. He might not always have the best car, but he is by far the best driver. I think people feel that he's the most comfortable in this new car. And if it's coming to just the drivers, he is going to be the man.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably the best pure driver.
Right, when it comes down to equal cars, it's him.
You're not watching live, right? Because I think practice one is done already.
No, I'm behind.
Okay.
No, but I started at least a half hour late. So
yeah, I just jumped in live. I didn't feel like dealing with all of the.
There was a lot of chitter chat in the beginning, but that's fine because they were going over all the cars and the designs and everything that they changed, and so.
One thing is, Aston Martin apparently is vibrating so much that it's risking nerve damage to the drivers.
Oh my god! Well, they said that they're losing a little bit more downforce, right? And they said, I think it benefits the guys that can handle those shakier conditions, and that's the guys I think like Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen are guys that can handle that.
Yeah, but apparently with Aston Martin and the Honda engine, it's so bad that it's like they're afraid of the car actually. I'm guessing getting into a serious condition because I sent you a message or thinking about this. They were talking about running for only part of the actual race on Sunday and be done with it. I guess run out just enough so they don't get in trouble with the FIA.
Right.
But retire the cars so they don't put their drivers in danger.
I mean, that is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say if you haven't watched Drive to Survive yet, because of course that season dropped, the fallout with Christian Horner and Red Bull is a very, very fascinating episode to watch.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the new TV deal is interesting because now we have access to F1 TV also, which realistically is just the same feed you get on Apple. But it seems, at least from the web browser perspective, it works better than Apple does. By the way, just because I just saw this on Instagram, match day forecast for Montreal is around 62 degrees at kickoff. With some clouds, no rain. Game time low of 59 degrees.
Come on now, right?
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the dumping ground.
I'm the trash man.
Okay. I know there was a transfer that was happening. I don't know if it actually did happen. I can't seem to find it on the Red Bull's Instagram page. Moment. Good. Let's see. Oh, okay. I have to look for it. But apparently there was some defender from, I think, South America that we were going to sign. But what I did put in dumping ground was some news I saw about the jerseys and how they're going to change with the mini season next year. Apparently, whatever jerseys we have now will cover the mini season next year in early part of 27. And then starting with the 27-28 season, all teams will get brand new kits every year, the way the Premier League does.
Interesting.
Which I get, because, Premier League makes a shit ton of money off of jerseys.
Yep.
But I don't know if it makes sense for MLS.
Money, 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 money.
Well, of course, that's what it is.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to look this up real quick. Is there anything else you want to bring up for dumping ground?
Did we talk about Formula One yet? I'm very excited.
I think we did.
Damn, I'm very excited. I can just keep talking about it. Very, very excited. I can't believe that Liverpool lost to Wolves. That deserves your manager never returning to Anfield ever again. But clearly he is. He has, as they say, lost the plot with this team. I don't understand how this team plays great in Champions League and then fucking loses to a all-time bad team in Wolves. I think that's all I got. It's very disappointing.
Okay, I was wrong. There's no new transfer. I guess it's just a rumor. At least you guys are not Tottenham.
Fair.
Who lost 3-1 today, Crystal Palace, which by itself means nothing. But then you look at the standings, and Tottenham is 1 point against the drop zone. 1 point above the drop zone.
Which is so
a very
great.
real possibility of getting eliminated this year.
So crazy.
Yeah. Apparently, they have not won a single game in the last 10. It's the halfway mark of the season.
Jeez.
They're the worst informed team in the second half of the year so far for Premier League.
I should mention that, speaking of Liverpool real quick, they are playing at Yankee Stadium against Wrexham in July. Why they're playing at the worst stadium for soccer, I'll never know.
This is in the city, I guess?
Sure. But that is it's worse than Citi Field. It's the worst place to play.
When are they playing them?
It's July. It's I forget what day, but it's in July, like mid-July.
Is that technically during the World Cup?
It is possible.
Oh, no, July 19th. So why wouldn't they just talk to MetLife Stadium? Because it's like a week later.
I don't
Grass should
know.
still be down. So that really does make no sense.
July 29th.
Yeah, 10 days later. The grass could still be there at MetLife Stadium.
Yeah. Blows my mind.
Yeah.
And that place is just terrible.
Yeah, for that kind of a friendly, it makes no sense.
No.
I mean, Red Bull Arena would be better.
Yeah. I mean, they want to get more than 25,000 plus. Right.
Yeah.
And again, it's nothing against Yankee Stadium, which is a really nice ballpark.
But it's just a soccer field and a baseball stadium. It makes no sense.
Yeah. It's like when they played at Fenway. Like, they're just squeezing these teams in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Anything else for dumping ground?
I think that's all I got, unless everyone wants to see my cats again. But, since we don't do a video version of this, they're not going to see my cats, so.
Yeah. All right. So then, time for the last segment of the show, Truman's Terrible Team of the Week.
That's terrible.
I think there's really technically only one answer, and that's Orlando, who who had a 2-0 lead at home against Miami and then gave up 4 goals in a row to lose 4-2. I know it's Miami, and I know it's messy, and yada, yada, yada. But it's a rivalry game. You're at home. You just lost your first home game of the year. Up 2-0, and you fucking blow it that badly. Woof. There wasn't any real other strong candidates, but I think that was deserving to be the terrible team of the week.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Giving up a 2-goal lead at home and losing by 2.
Yeah. To your rival team, too.
Yeah.
You get it.
And the first time Messi showed up, too, you take that early 2-0 lead.
Yep.
All right. Let's wrap this one up then. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month gets you exclusive content, whatever we decide to do it. I want to thank our producers, Jeremiah Dempster, Steven Santos, Eddie Delecto. Thank you for supporting the show. Email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. If you want to call us, get your voice on the show, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant. On Blue Sky, at Red Bull Rant. For the show, at Doc Stooge. For myself, at The Truman, for Truman. Instagram and Threads, at Red Bull Rant. Subscribe via iTunes, YouTube Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words before we get out of here.
I'm on Threads more than really anything else, guys. So follow me on Threads, Truman237. I don't know. Threads is cool, I guess. I don't post there all the time, but it's fun. But hey, that being said, I'll post all the fucking time on Threads if you guys follow me and the Red Bulls keep winning. Just saying. We'll just do fucking like I used to do on Twitter. We'll just talk about the game on Threads. It's way better than what fucking Twitter is now. That being said, dudes, let's go. 3 wins to start the year. How fucking sweet would that be? How great would just a pure Red Bull weekend be? Right? Would that be just nirvana? Max Verstappen wins in Australia, a place he usually doesn't win, but he fucking does it in this new car, and then Red Bulls win at home. Oh my God. Let's dream. Let's dream of 2 big wins.
Yep. 24 hours of... Actually, no. It's just shy of 24 hours of Red Bull. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So for Truman and myself, this has been episode 502 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, go Red Bulls.
See you later.